Hello. Oh, I'm feeling so much gratitude today. I was just sitting here and I was thinking, wow, life is actually amazing. And what I've come to realise is there's actually nothing to do. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Which has kind of shocked me because I feel like I've spent my whole life looking for something and feeling like there was something to attain and thinking there was something to attain or something to find. But now realising that even in thinking that, I was creating a separation. If we think there's something to do or something to find, then, what is it? Then we create that need. When actually we have it all already. And when we come to that understanding, or as I've come to that understanding, I can now see that anything is possible. Hello, Minty. It's only my thinking that it's not, that makes it impossible. And that's how powerful we are. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful I am. And you know, I've meditated for a long time, and I was part of a spiritual community for 15 years and was taught lots of different techniques and perspectives, and but I've actually realised, off your hop, off your hop, that's it. I've realised that actually it's really simple. It's really simple. I actually don't need any of that. I don't need any of those techniques I learned. Oh, laughing at the cat. Yeah. I think she wants to give the talk. She probably could. She leads a pretty fucking good life, this cat. She really does nothing. Oh my god, she has got it sorted. She has got it sorted. Okay, over here, Puss, over here. I've lost my train of thinking. Anyway, so I've come to an understanding that there's nothing to do, nowhere to be. And you know, I've written a song because I can. I actually wrote this one a little while ago. And it goes like this. Oh my goodness, oh my Lord, what an amazing time to be alive. Oh my goodness, oh my Lord, what an amazing time to be alive. Nothing to do, nothing to be, just be and you will see. Oh my goodness, oh my Lord, what an amazing time to be alive. Oh my goodness, oh my Lord, what an amazing time to be alive. That's it, nothing to do, nowhere to be, no one to be, just to be. And I had a funny thing happen to me this week that I wanted to share that kind of illustrates how I arrived really Like I knew that, but I really got it. We had been invited, although I may have invited myself when I heard it was happening, to a friend's 40th in Uluru. And I had said to the friend, we might get there, not sure. And last week I said to my husband, let's go. I really felt like, yeah, let's go. I wanted to go. And he goes, oh, we'd have to fly. That's a bit outrageous. And I said to him, let's be outrageous. He turned to me and he said, okay. Oh, I really feel like it's time to be outrageous. Anyway, and so I booked tickets, we organised it all, he took the time off work. And then an interesting thing unfolded. We ended up missing our plane. Oh, and I can laugh now, but it was probably one of the biggest gifts I've ever been given. Now, if you respect my husband, he would probably have a completely different perspective on it, which is always the case when anything happens, because we all see things differently. But I had so many insights from what unfolded. See, ding, it's true. And what I really got was, like, basically what happened was, woke up in the morning and the car ended up having a flat battery, my mum's car. And so, you know, we had a little bit of buffer time, but not a huge amount of buffer time. So by the time we kind of sorted ourselves, and it was a big truck, and we had to roll it to the side of the road, and transfer all our luggage, including a swag and 5 other bits of luggage and the baby. I must be really on point. Into the other car, we lost a bit of time, and our flight was at 9:30, and we had to go through peak hour traffic. And you know, Fergal and I were both having our own reactions to what was unfolding. But what I really realised in the drive up to the airport was that, you know, I felt lots of different emotions and sensations, and I noticed that when I went into love as opposed to fear. So if we were to separate emotional states as being really within two families, love or fear. And I saw so many, I had so many contrasting experiences of love and fear in this story. Anyway, and I noticed that when I went into love, that even though we were in peak hour traffic, the traffic really shifted and we had a lot more flow. And we're driving along, and I was actually crying, and I was saying, you know, really, I was saying, I just love you, Fergal, and I really love you, Patty. And for me, this weekend is just about spending time with you boys. Like, it doesn't matter where we are. And that really helped me to stay in my heart. And I noticed the traffic really shifted for us when I was in that space. Anyway, we got to the airport at 9 o'clock. Our flight was at 9:45. We had a lot of luggage. And we were trying to work out, okay, how we're going to make this work. And so I got Fergal to drop me off at departures, and we loaded up 2 trolleys that just happened to be sitting there. And I said to him, you go and park the car, I'll be fine. And we were going with Jetstar, and this Jetstar assistant came along, and I said to her, can you push one of the trolleys for me? So I had a trolley full of luggage, I had a backpack with Patty in it, and I had another trolley. Anyway, this Jetstar lady, she goes, oh, that's funny, I'm early. I said, yeah, you're early, so you can help me. She was great. And by the time we actually got into the check-in, she was saying, yeah, I obviously came early to help you. And anyway, so she handed us over to another assistant, we got our boarding passes, and I was like, it's fine, we're on. Not realizing that not realising that actually we needed to get our luggage in to be on. I started putting tags on all the luggage because from a place of fear, I was concerned we might lose our baggage if I didn't label it. And then by the time Fergal had arrived, and while we started loading the bags into check-in, and it had closed. Oh my God. Oh. Anyway. And you know, we went up to the help desk and the guy's like, no, we can't hold the plane for you. You've missed your flight. And in that moment, I was devastated. I burst into tears. But not like for a couple of minutes. And I was like, okay. And they started telling us what our options were, and I was like, no, I just need a moment. And I walked off to the bathroom, and I walked very slowly. In fact, when I got back, Phil was like, babe, what's wrong? You're like a zombie. But it was like, I walked really slowly, and I was just bawling my eyes out. But what was coming up in me was that I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. And what I had realised is that one of the reasons I was keen to go to Uluru was that I've been quite a few times, and I've often had, well, the last 2 times I've been, I had strong spiritual experiences there. So I had created this association about, well, if I go to Uluru, I'll have a spiritual experience. Even though I had come to a intellectual understanding that I didn't need to be anywhere, it was just an association. And it wasn't until this moment that I really got it. I got that I'm free. I didn't need to be anywhere. I didn't actually need to be anywhere. And so I came back out of the bathrooms, and I was like, Fergal, you know, we're at the airport, we can go anywhere, we can do anything. And he was pretty, he was having a different experience, and he really wanted to go to Uluru for completely different reasons to why I wanted to go. And by the time we kind of navigated things, Jetstar agreed if we paid $100, we could transfer our tickets and fly up to Sydney the next day and go Sydney Uluru, which would have meant that we'd need to be at the airport by 5, so we'd have to be up at 3:30. And as we're standing at the airport, I said to my husband, in this moment, I cannot commit to going to Uluru with you tomorrow. He was adamant that he wanted to go. And so anyway, I let it go. And I was like, right, well, we're at the airport. I'm like, we could go anywhere. No, he just wanted to go home. So we hopped back in the car, and I said, well, let's just, you know, go and get some food. So we went out for lunch to a wonderful restaurant, and I walked into the door, and what was playing but freedom. A song on freedom. And I was like, oh, of course. And then I said to him, oh, you know, there's this shop we've been wanting to go to for ages that we just haven't been able to get to. And I said, babe, you know, let's make the most of the day. And so we ended up going to this shop, buying all this new furniture for our house that we've been wanting to do for ages. And it's like, wow. So we ended up having a great day. We got home, and I was exhausted. And I was like, I really, and again, in this moment, I can't commit to coming to Uluru with you. And he said to me, he gave me a time, he said, I'm going to give you till 6:30 and you need to make a decision if you're coming, because I'm going and I'm taking Paddy, our son. And anyway, I ended up having a bath, and I put some bath salts in. And when I hopped out of the bath, I looked around, and I drained the water out, I looked around, and the water was red from the bath salts. And I was like, oh my God. I felt in that moment like I'd already been to Uluru, and that I was washing off the red sand from the centre. And yeah. Anyway, I ended up having a chat to a friend and coming to a realisation that I could go to Uluru with the boys, or I could stay at home and spend time with myself. And then I was like, but if I go to Uluru, I'll still be with myself. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter where I go, I'm always going to be with myself. So why do I need to spend time with myself? So I thought, I really don't care what I do. So I said to my husband, what would you like me to do? I'd like you to come to Uluru with me. Oh, so I went, and we had a great time. We had a great time. But I went from a place of not having to go, but being able to go. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just be. And the weekend flowed like, wow. It just, yeah. Anyway, I think what I wanted to share was there's so many different techniques about, you know, if you want to access happiness, do this, do that. But what I've realised is it's really simple. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to dig up your past. Because if there's something you're supposed to understand from the experience you've had previously, it will present itself in the present moment. So you don't even need to worry about it. And we do these groups on a Monday night in Zoom room. Zoom is like it's a virtual room. And what I got Monday night, I was hosting a group with Ali, and something Ali said to me and I really got was that actually we don't even have to be present because we already are present. It's just our thinking that tells us that we're not. So I was thinking, I just have to be present. I don't have to be present. I already am. Nothing to do. Just be. Just be. Bye.